Hey, everybody, what is going on? And good evening to you all. Hope you're all doing well. As always, welcome to another live edition of This is Tom's World, where we just hang out, we chill, we talk about possibilities of places to go. My hat's a little crooked. Oh, well, I'll live with it. Yeah, we just hang out. So let's see here and get things all situated here on my computer. And we can all start chatting. But as you come in, please feel free to say hi and let me know that you're here. For everybody watching on Facebook, this started immediately. For those of you watching on YouTube, as always, there was an ad to get past. So we'll give some time for people to get past that ad too once they come in. But so nothing really new to report. Just been kind of chugging along at work. Been a very busy week at work. Hey, Morpheus, how you doing? Been a very busy week at work, as you all may guess, with the two snowfalls that we had. We had a snowfall last Monday night overnight, and so my first day of the week for work is Tuesday. So we had fun with that, plowing and salting and stuff like that, and shoveling. And then it snowed again. What was that? Thursday and into Friday, and we got a bit more that time in the second snow. And my boss had to come in on his day off and do some plowing and stuff like that. I was there through most of the day as the snow was starting to lay, going back and forth between Neshaminy State Park and Benjamin Rush State Park, just trying to lay some salt and calcium down so that we could prepare and it would be easier to plow and shovel and stuff like that. This is the first time that I've had to work at the park with, some serious snow. This is the first, it's not serious snow, but this was like the first decent drop that we've had in quite a while, in at least a year, maybe two. So it was a little strenuous on the back doing the shoveling because around the bathroom, the one bathroom that we have open, we have to make sure that that's like free of all snow and ice as much as we can. And I did my best to keep up on top of that. And I'm pretty proud to say that it was looking good, as was the Rangers office, the walkway and stuff like that. Yeah, I know a lot of people had some issues like getting to work late and stuff like that, especially Friday. Well, no, I mean Friday it didn't really start laying until we'll say around 9:30 or so. It started to lay, and by then most people are already in work, but people were anticipating the night before that it was going to be a lot heavier by then. But I mean, it didn't disappoint. It did most certainly come down quite a bit on Friday, and I spent a lot of yesterday just kind of touching up everything we did, and making sure that the walkways were safe for people to do their daily walk yesterday. And I went back to the park today on my day off, and I had to stop by there and talk to my coworkers for a minute, and then I made a video. I just haven't started editing it yet, but the video should be pretty cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. It can be fun. Sitting there in that hot cab of the truck with the plow on the front, which I'm learning all different kinds of things about plowing because I've never had to plow before. I've never plowed before at all. I still have not yet plowed. I just kind of did a ride along with the boss, and he was showing me all the ins and outs and everything of it. I mean, it's not a hard concept as far as the angling of the plow itself. You just got to know if you're on the left side and you want the snow to go to the left, you just kind of tilt it that way, and vice versa. And you got to make sure that the inside of the cab is nice and hot so that like the snow is melting as soon as it's hitting the windshield. That I don't like that because I don't like it extremely hot, but you kind of have to have it that way. Yeah, it's a process for sure. And it seemed like my camera is like zoomed in a lot further than it normally is. That's weird. It won't let me tilt this up. It does. It seems a little zoomed in, doesn't it? Wonder if there's some kind of setting here that I normally. No. The heck is this? Touch up my appearance. Oh, I can move things around. I'm not going to mess with that right now. I'll mess with that when I'm not doing a live feed. But yeah, it just seems like it's zoomed in, because normally I can get the top of this sign here. Yeah. Whoa. There we go. I mean, now it looks like the sign's crooked. Oh, now I went too far. Good enough. Maybe I just pull my chair up a little here. That way it's not just like at my chin. But yeah, it's definitely a learning process for sure. Next time it snows, I mean, maybe I'll be able to plow a little bit in the second parking lot. Maybe he'll let me do that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I went there today and I recorded a video at the park. And just as a sneak peek for those of you that are here right now, I can tell you what it's about. So I went down onto the shores of the Delaware, and then I made a right and went down, and there are some remnants left of the docks for Dunks Ferry. So this is how Dunks Ferry Road got its name. Dunks Ferry Road starts or ends, depends on how you look at it, at the Delaware. And then it goes off, and then it picks up again, like it stops and it picks up again right off of Knights Road and goes up into Parkwood. And so that's how it got its name. There was a gentleman named Duncan Williams who had a ferry that went from the Philly side to the Jersey side, and it actually dates back to the 1600s. I believe it was 1679 was one of the earliest recorded instances of the ferry. So it predates our country by about 100 years, but it was here. So you figure that ferry was functioning when Washington did his famous crossing across the Delaware. To which that there was actually multiple places where he was having his different parts of his army cross. And one of those places was there at Neshaminy State Park. It was failed. I talk about it in the video. There was a guy named General Caldwater who was leading up the crossing there, and due to the thick ice that was on the Delaware at the time, they were not able to cross completely. They were able to get the men across, but they weren't able to get the artillery and the horses across. So they had to bring all the guys back. And there's places online where you can look up stories of that. And there's even handwritten letters from one of the guys in that part of the army, or whatever you want to call it, the military, that was to be crossing. And he talked about how, the guys got across, but the equipment and the horses did not. So I've come across those a couple times. So you should be able to find it pretty easy. So I've recorded the video. I've transferred the video from my phone onto the computer. And then when I got in, after I did that, I was feeling a little bit tired. So I kind of started passing out here at the computer a little bit. And then it was time to make dinner and stuff. So I haven't gotten to the editing, but I'm going to start doing that tonight. And I should most definitely have that out by tomorrow at some point. So by the time everybody gets home from work tomorrow, I should have it up, because I have off tomorrow. So I'll be working on that most of the day, and trying to come up with another video. I had toyed with the idea of stopping and recording a second video over at the Station Ave, or Herringbone Ave, Station Ave and State Road, the river access there. I thought about just walking around in there. I've been there a few times in my videos. Matter of fact, the very first video I did was there back in February of 2020. And and I thought about walking around there in the snow and stuff, but I was just feeling tired, and it was at that point it was probably just after 3, so I didn't have much time before they would wind up closing the park. So I decided I'll save that for another time. But so yeah, so that video should be out tomorrow sometime. So anyway, how is everybody doing? How was your weekend? I worked half of my weekend, but I got to spend time with my goddess last night after a very long, very frustrating day. Had issues with the car, had issues with the salt thrower, the hopper at work, had issues just all around, and it was just like a bad day. And then at the end of the day, I came home, took care of Dad, and then me and Stephanie went out to eat, and the day got better at that point. So at least I can say that it got better. But anyway, how was everybody else's weekend? Anybody do anything exciting, or did you just kind of stay in because it was too cold, too snowy? If I had off, I'd have probably gone and made a couple videos, like if I had off all weekend. But my entire weekends are never off. No matter what schedule I'm on, I'm always working at least one of the days of either Saturday or Sunday. Right now, it's Saturdays. So, but other than that, it's just been a slow week altogether. Just work, 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 sleep, sleep, sleep. And I did notice that I am now up to 1,850 subscribers. So you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for that. I love seeing that number climb up and up and up. And I love all the comments too. So, but one thing did happen earlier this week, I guess you could say. So a week ago tomorrow, I was at Nick's Roast Beef at Franklin Mills, and it was the Eagles' last game of the season, and I got to meet the Philly captain in person, which was cool. And not like we hung out and spent a lot of time together because he was busy making his video and just going around and doing stuff, and he was doing stuff with the sports guys that were there. But it was cool to meet him in person. John's a good guy, and someday we'll do like a video together. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, if I can get to Dinosaur Lake just to do a scouting thing, make sure there's no homeless people down there. Maybe he might not go down, or maybe he might go down there. I know he had expressed interest in wanting to go see it, even though it's no longer a lake, but still. Homestead, what is up, my friend? How have you been? Look, you got to come down and get this snow and keep it up there in Alaska, man. I don't want it down here anymore. I've dealt with enough snow in my life, and this is horse poop. I hate the snow. I really do. When I was a kid, it was different. Once you start driving in it, you start not liking it as much, and the older you get, you start to hate it. It's a pain in the butt. And the cold temperatures, nah. I'd be happy if it was like fall temperature all year long. I'd be good with that. Yeah, we got another storm coming too. Sometime, I think later in the week, next week. I don't know how bad it's going to be, but hopefully we got the bulk of it out of the way. That would be great. Because just dealing with it in a state park is not fun, and driving around in it is not fun. I don't like it. I'm still feeling pretty tired right now, but I felt the need to come on and do a live because, the last live I did was that Monday. I did an afternoon live, which is odd for me to do. And then I went over to Nick's Roast Beef and got to meet the Philly captain. And as I said, so that was fun. It's different. He's slightly taller in person than I thought. I imagined him being about the same size as me or shorter, and it turns out he's like an inch or two taller than me. So, what's up, Malin? How you doing? Yeah, I don't. Well, living in Alaska, I would guess you deal with a lot of snow. But I think you said you were from this area around here too, weren't you? Excuse me. Still working out some of the congestion from the virus that I had a couple weeks ago. It's slowly working its way out, and you know, little coughs here and there. Nothing like I had. Man, that virus it kicked my butt. I'll tell you that. It was like every time I coughed, it felt like needles in my chest, and I couldn't taste anything because I was so congested. And I wasn't even having beer. If you can imagine that, for an entire week, I didn't have beer. I tried having beer once, and I couldn't taste it. And I'm like, I feel like I'm drinking like seltzer water or something. But of course, the sickness ended, and then the beers started to flow. So. From Germantown. Wow. My dad grew up in Germantown, actually. My dad's 75 years old. So he's a little bit older than you, but but yeah, he also grew up in Germantown. I believe he went to Germantown High School briefly before he wound up dropping out and starting to work. What is up, Suzanne? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Says, I've been along the Pequesson Creek mostly at night, just scouting to see the environment and the tents of the homeless. Yeah, one of them in particular, pretty big. They have a real setup. Are you talking about the one that was just off of Woodhaven Road in the woods towards, like if you were coming from Bristol Pike, Route 13, down Woodhaven Road to go towards Franklin Mills? When you're going over the bridge, you can look to the right, and there was a big tent set up there. It was there for a good long time, but it is now currently gone. If that's the one you're talking about, that one blew away when we had the really, really bad windstorm that came through here a couple weeks ago. I was so happy to see that it was gone. Of course, all the trash is still there that runs down the hill into the creek. I don't know. Maybe one day when the weather breaks, I'll go over there and get like a trash grabber and just start cleaning it up, because I hate to see it. I really do. I love the Pequesson Creek, and the fact that they're dirtying it, it upsets me. Over there. I see. It's real setup over there. Gotcha. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Always appreciate that. Wow. That's a big hike from Germantown to Colorado. and then having 16 in Alaska, that's got to be crazy. So is it the one I was talking about though? That's just off of Woodhaven Road? Because if it's that one, like I said, it was gone last I saw. I went past there today, but I forgot to look over as I was driving by. I thought about it afterwards. I went, oh well, I wasn't going to go all the way around just to look again. A little bit of a runny nose going on too. Maybe I caught a little cold, or it could be allergies. I'm convinced that there might be a slight allergy to the calcium chloride that we use. We use salt and we use calcium chloride to put down before the snow gets really bad. And I think I might have a slight allergy to that. I never heard the music playing when I went by there. But yeah, last I saw, that tent is gone. It's like the real bad winds we had. It was a couple weeks ago. Maybe around the time that I got sick with that virus. The winds were whipping pretty bad, to the point where I actually had to take the air conditioner out of the window in here finally, because the stuff I was using to cover what the air conditioner didn't cover was blowing in. So I figured before it started raining and blowing in that I should take care of that. we had an issue here. Speaking of water coming in from the snow last night, sitting on our roof, because I live in a row home. It's like I got a flat roof, and water got in somehow and was coming in my dad's room, in the front corner, just like dripping in, but rapid drip. So now it seems to have stopped. So I'm hoping that either that what little bits there froze or something, or it's just there's no more. It's really really strange because it's like on the outside of the house, it's yellow in color, which I don't understand what's going on out there, unless it's like getting some kind of rust from somewhere. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. Maybe they're really nice people that were living there, but they seem to have moved on to a different spot now, thankfully. We have gas heat, so it like goes through the vent system and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, like, because the top of the roof, it's not like it's flat, but then there's like a lip in the front, and I think one in the back too. I don't know. I've never been up on our roof, because I'm afraid of heights, and I just refuse to go up there. um, but but I know what they look like up there generally, and so yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, forced air, and the ducts probably haven't been clean. I can't even remember them being clean before. I mean, I'm sure they were at some point, but I can't say that I remember when. But the I don't know if it would go up towards the roof because that seems to be where the yellow water was coming from. So I don't know. Well, I got to wait for my brother-in-law to get over here and be able to get up there and check it out. Hmm. Yeah, it's not far from a window. It's like the same wall because it's the front wall of the house, and there's three windows going across that in the front bedroom. And it could be there's like a little gutter there that comes out like for when the water starts forming up there. It's supposed to come down the gutter and then it comes out in the driveway to like a little drain there. It could be that that was like all clogged up. It could have been clogged up with something else, and then the ice formed over top of it, making more of a seal. But just the fact that it came in the house was not making me happy. Um, Even if I had had enough buckets for all the different drips that were happening, they would have filled up pretty quick. So the only thing I could do, I just grabbed a bunch of old clothes that I have that I'm not going to wear, and older towels and stuff, and I just kind of put them there. And then tonight, since it's not dripping anymore, I'm going to go get them and then probably throw them in the wash. Not, again, not that I'm going to wear those clothes, but they could be used for whatever rags and stuff. But but yeah, it was a pain in the butt having that happen too, and it was all yesterday. It was just one big long pain in the butt yesterday, and I'm glad yesterday's over, and then we have today. So a lot of little things went wrong yesterday, but I'm better now. And hopefully you guys like the video once I get it done, edited and all that, and put it up. Um, I go into some educational detail, I guess you could say, not a whole lot. It was more about showing the remains or remnants, I should say, of the Dunks Ferry docks. Knowing that the Dunks Ferry goes back to the 1600s, and I talk about the Dunks Ferry Inn, how they made that sometime in the 1700s for the travelers to be able to, have somewhere to stop, get something to eat, so like a hot meal, maybe have a place to stay. They had a pub in the basement, small pub, but it was still a pub. Get a couple beers in you or something before you head out down to Center City on your horse. So it was it was cool being there. I've been there a couple times. I went there in one of my videos a while back. I touched on it for a second, but I wasn't sure at that time if it was anything to do with the Dunks Ferry. But from everything that I've been reading about, it most definitely is. So that's cool that something from the 1600s is still hanging in there, even though there's not much of it left. But still, it's historical. A roadhouse, meaning the inn. The inn is currently a private residence right now. The building itself was added on to at some point after it was the Dunks Ferry Inn, but it was eventually turned into a private residence and currently is. I've had the honor of being able to be in there and check it out. Not in any great detail, but I was in the basement of that, and you could see where the pub was, most definitely. So it's very cool, historical. And you guys know me. I love anything history related. And sorry, I had to pause. I just got a message from my friend Dom. He's looking to hang out tonight. Yeah, exactly, Scott. I did touch on Alice of Dunks Ferry, who was a woman that lived in Philadelphia and then started working for the ferry up here. And she was labeled an oral historian. She was the toll taker for the ferry, and she lived until she was like 112 or something like that. So at some point, she lost her sight completely, but then it came back, but not well enough for her to be able to see detail. So she could see people, but she couldn't distinguish the difference between one person or another. But her story is most definitely interesting, and I saw there's a video of her story, so I'm definitely going to be watching that at some point. It's just when I found it, it was like later at night, and I was close before I went to bed, so um, I'll be looking that up. But yeah, the lore, especially from about Alice from the Ben Salem Historical Society, is that somewhere in the park, probably closer to where the ferry was, there's supposedly a rock with the letter A etched into it that she put there, and they're always saying, if you ever find it, let us know. I haven't found it yet. There've been a couple people who thought they found it like in different spots further away, but then it turned out to not be that. But yeah, yeah, yeah. It's basically it was an inn, you know. The William Duncan, I believe, made the inn, and he pretty much doubled his money. Well, more than doubled his money at that point by doing so. And but yeah, that's basically what it was. I'm not sure if it ever connected. I know that the Dunks Ferry Road right next to Neshaminy State Park, I know that that has been there since as long as the ferry's been there. Um, but then on the other where it picks up on the other side of Knights Road, I don't think that was ever connected. I think they just called it Dunks Ferry Road, and then it runs into Parkwood from there. Could be Roadhouse. That's a very possible theory. but but yeah, it was called the Dunks Ferry Inn. Um, and I to be honest, I can't say that I ever really remember coming across like older pictures of it, like when they first invented the camera and stuff like that, and early pictures were taken. I can't say that I've seen any old pictures of it. I know that when they first went to turn that into a private residence, because it had something to do with the park at the time. Um, they did find some historical stuff in there, documents and stuff like that, maybe some pictures, but I would have loved to have been able to see them. I can't say that I've ever seen them online, but I've never delved too deep into looking up the Dunks Ferry Inn because it's not like I can go there and film because, like I said, it's a private residence, so that's just out of the question. And I mean, it sucks, but what are you gonna do? I can't even really show the outside of the house, to be honest. So But we'll deal with it. But the Dunks Ferry, the docks are still there. Well, the supports of the docks, we'll say. But at least that's still there. So we have that. I really feel like this camera is zoomed in more than it normally is. I don't know what's going on here. Well, maybe it's something in the settings. I know I looked this up before. Let's see. No. Nothing there. I can edit the name, but I don't need to because, well, that's my name. Let's see, settings, camera. Nothing really there. No. Now, I see something in virtual background. Now, when I look at that, the picture of my camera is bigger. There's something going on here for sure. So I can set like virtual backgrounds if I wanted to. It's not going to work too well on here because I don't have a green screen. But as you can see, I can put bricks up. I can change it to this. But like you could still, it takes out my seat and stuff like that, and it doesn't really crop real well. So I can put this in there. But I'll just keep it with none. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's crazy. Anyway, so once again, I'll ask, anybody got anything exciting going on that you did this weekend? Anybody come across new places to check out, to do exploring in? I'm definitely always up for suggestions and, looking into them. As long as I'm not trespassing, then, I'll definitely check it out. But I've been trying to look into more places. It gets to be tough, because I've done so many, and I will revisit places from time to time. But let's see, what do we got here? Oh yeah, I most definitely can. So let's see. I go back in the settings. I go to virtual background. I could blur the background. I don't know what the purpose of that would be. And I can grab any picture I want. So let's just say I'll look up picture here and grab any kind of picture here. There we go. And then this will go up there momentarily. Bam. So that is Torresdale Park. I did a video on that at one point, which is why I have the image. So yeah, I can put up any image at all behind me. I just don't like doing it because I think it looks a little cheesy because, the chair disappears and stuff like that. And you can just tell it's a virtual background. And I generally don't. I like having the real background. Your life is boring this time of year, not much going on. You're working on a wood stove restore. Are you still on pause for making videos? Because I know you were saying you were having some issues there with the internet and all that. If you are making videos, that restore could be definitely a video people would watch, most definitely. They love watching any kind of how-to stuff. Trying to adjust my camera at least. It's a little better, I guess. But yeah, Gnomestead, definitely, if you're still making videos, make that a video. Time to open the next beer. Gotta love that. But yeah, I haven't really found too many new places. There's some that are a little further away, some that I want to wait until the weather's warmer. I definitely plan on going back to that one Italian style water garden that I went to over in Swarthmore. I want to see what that place looks like in the spring, because I'm sure that place is beautiful when it's in bloom. Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, it's tough to make that, but you could use your phone to make videos, and you can edit them on there if need be, or you can edit them if you have like a different computer or whatever, even if it doesn't have access to the internet, as long as you can hook your phone up to it. And you could do what I do, where like I record it on my phone, I upload it from my phone to the computer, I edit it on the computer, and then if you needed to, then the finished result you could then download to your phone and then upload to the internet from there. I mean, I know it's an arduous process, but it would still get your videos up there. But hopefully you're able to get a new tablet soon so that you can start putting videos out again, because your videos are cool. It doesn't recognize the GoPro videos. That stinks. Well, maybe just record them on your phone instead of the GoPro. Just like straight up record it on the phone and edit it from there. I mean, all my videos, even though they're 4K, they're all recorded on my phone. I think only one or two videos have I ever recorded on anything other than a phone. I think it was like the first two videos when I was down at the river at Station Ave, and then when I went to Dinosaur Lake the first time. It was on an old digital recorder that I got like back in 2007. So it has like a rustic look to it. But yeah, the phone has been good enough. The camera on the phone, I mean, the cameras they have nowadays on the phone are usually pretty good. Excuse me. Sorry, I just saw another message come in. But yeah, I mean, and there's tons of apps for editing that you can get on the phone. So, and they do a decent job. I know a lot of people that record videos on their phone and do the editing and do the uploading from their phone, and it works out. You just have to remember to record this way and not this way. This way would be for shorts or for TikToks or Instagram reels. Is YouTube, like long form YouTube. But it's worked for me. I have 100 some videos up now. I don't know if it'll tell me if I go to my channel on the computer. No. Oh yeah, it does. 179 videos. Wow. It's a lot of videos. It's weird to think I've made that many and that things have come as far as they have. I really appreciate the support that everybody's given me every step of the way. You guys have been rocking with that, most definitely. And you've helped out the confidence a lot, which in turn makes me make more videos too. Yeah. My videos were getting a bit shaky, which is why I wound up buying a gimbal. It was a 3-axis gimbal, so that like when you hold it, no matter which way you go with the phone and stuff, like this will stay stationary, so you can move the thing around, and it helps reduce the shakiness a lot. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's just it helps. Like I don't like doing the editing on the phone. I prefer to bring it here to my desktop computer, like download it from my phone onto here, and then do the editing here, and then just upload it from here. I'm hardwired in this room, even though my my router is downstairs and on the first floor. I got like a really long wire to go from there, and I ran it like all around doorways and stuff like that, and then into here so that I could be hardwired so that it's not on Wi-Fi, and that way I get a faster signal. It still takes a long time for my videos to upload though, because my videos are all in 4K now. They used to only go up to 1080p, but now for quite some time now they've been 4K, and it can take, just for a half-hour video, it can take me 5 to 7 hours for the whole uploading and processing thing to happen with YouTube. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons why I don't do it. I mean, when I'm looking at my phone, preferably, I have my old man reading glasses, but even these aren't really working too well anymore. These are just like, drugstore glasses that you get from the rack for reading, and they were working really well for a while, but now my eyes have gotten a little bit worse. So I got to go up. I got to check it out and maybe get some more off of there, or I just bite the bullet and go to the eye doctor and get the exact correct prescription, which would be preferable. But yeah, I don't like using the little screen there. It messes with my head, like my eyes and my head and everything. I don't know. It's one thing when I'm like laying in bed at the end of the night and I'm just scrolling through the phone looking at stuff, but to sit there and edit a whole video on it would drive me nuts. But it's possible to do it. So hope is not lost for you yet. But hopefully you do get like a new tablet or whatever you need, like a little laptop or something would be good. Because you got to start making videos again, man. People love your stuff. You have your audience, most definitely. As I have mine. And it's all of you. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, but even on this computer with this connection, the 1080p ones they'd go up pretty quick. I'd say 45 minutes to an hour tops. But then once I started recording in 4K, I saw the difference. And like when I got that first video in 4K, and I don't like announce it on the thumbnails and stuff like some people do. They put 4K in the corner or whatever. I don't. But that first video that I did, when I hit upload, and then it uploaded the video, and then it says video processing, and it said like 7 point some hours. I went, what? What? So I wasn't expecting that. So it wound up going up a day later than I anticipated. But what are you going to do? Cool. So you're not that far off, man. Videos will be flowing before you know it. And that's definitely a good thing. You got to upload videos if you want your channel to grow. I mean, your channel will continue to grow sometimes if you don't put videos up, because there have been times where I went like 2, 3, maybe even almost 4 weeks before uploading a video, because life happens sometimes and stuff. But the channel would still somewhat grow. And I see all the comments that come in recent times, where there's comments on some of my older videos, and I love the fact that people are just finding these. Matter of fact, there was a lady who just this week had reached out to me, and she was like, she saw my videos, and like her husband watched my videos, but she saw me on the Philly Captains video from when he was over at Nick's Roast Beef, and then she started watching my stuff, and automatically she said that, you know, my face looked familiar and stuff, and turns out that she used to work with my son's grandmother over at the mall. And she recognized me from there, and that's a long time ago. If she recognized me from there, that's, you're talking back in the 90s. So it's been a little bit. But I love the fact that people will comment on these videos, and it lets me know that they're still doing well. Oh, there you go. Although I don't know how far town is for you. That's a good amount of views, man. I mean, on a normal basis, my regular videos, they don't creep up to 1,500. I'd be lucky to get 1,000 views out of it. But there's been some traction here and there. You know, I mean, my original Dinosaur Lake video, that's got like over 5,000 views, over 6,000 maybe. So I could easily find out. Sort by popular. But yeah, well, it's got almost 6,000 views. And I have some other videos that have like over 5,000, over 3,000, over 3, over 3, over 3. You know. But in general, we'll say, like, I look at some of my newer videos. Eden Hall got 520 views. My traveling videos that I did with Stephanie, they didn't, you know, they got 100 some views. That place over in Swarthmore I was just talking about, that video got like 349 views. Video in Sorobia did 234. The abandoned Byberry Fairgrounds, Philadelphia Fairgrounds, whatever it was called, that one got 791 views. So it, you know, it fluctuates. I see 791, 433, 745, 538. So it depends on the video, you know. And I mean, I would love for something to go viral. It would be cool. Shorts. Yeah, I've made some shorts. I don't make a whole lot of them. No, they don't, because they're a minute or less long. So like watch time is, you know, even if you get like, say you get like 60 views, you know, that's only an hour of watch time. Whereas if you make a long form content that's like 20 some minutes long, you know, after like 4 or 5 people watch it, you've already got that. So yeah, I'm back and forth with the whole shorts thing, and it's kind of misleading. And I watch a lot of guys that give tips and tricks for YouTube and stuff like that, and it's a slippery slope, because you will get traffic through shorts, and you might even get subscribers through shorts. But if they were attracted to your shorts, that's all they're going to watch. But basically, you know what I mean? They're more likely to watch your shorts than your long form content. And if people are attracted to your channel by your long form content, then they're more likely to watch that and not the shorts. So it's, you know, it's a balancing act, I guess. But I much prefer doing the long form content. Every once in a while in the morning, I might be at one of the parks and I'll do like a little, you know, minute long video just saying good morning to everybody, showing the surroundings around me. So, but not very often. And they do get views. Don't get me wrong, they do get views, but like you said, it doesn't amount to much. They don't really make you money. Some people use it as that. Yeah. Like if they have both long form content and the shorts, they'll do a little teaser of the shorts and then say, you know, check out the full video on my channel. I did that with one video. The video where I was at the Kings Highway Bridge and the Cruztown Road Bridge. I tried it just because, you know, it was something different for me to try to see if it helped at all. And it didn't really make a difference in the end. So I won't be doing that. If I put shorts up there, It might be that I just show something that I didn't make a long form content out of, like maybe I happen to be on a walk and I just spot something cool. I might put that up there, or just my good morning message or something like that. So yeah, I'm not going to do commercials for my long form content with the shorts. Yeah, I can understand that. Absolutely. I'm sure they do, and TikToks will do even better than the Instagram reels. So, but I'm just not into TikTok. I made a TikTok for This Is Tom's World. I put up 2 videos. One video, I took the entire length of time you had at the time to make for a long form video, which is longer now than it was then. I forget what it was, but like I just did a quick tour of the garden and talked like I normally do in my videos, just showing everybody the garden. Then I put up another video where it was just pictures of the garden, random pictures of the garden in and around the garden, we'll say, and I put music to it. That one did so much better than the first video. I said, this is just a hint of things to come, because I can't really put features of my long form content up there because people don't seem to care about that. They only cared about the pictures. So yeah, but yeah, I understand. For the longest time, my biggest gripe with TikTok is I remember years ago there was something similar to TikTok, and it was called Vine. And Vines were, you know, all the rage at the time. And then it went away. Now, I will say this: TikTok has lasted longer than Vine did. Um, but I don't know. I might go on TikTok. I might like scroll through it from time to time out of boredom, because sometimes there's some funny stuff on there. I'm not gonna lie, and some interesting stuff. But what's up, Paranormal Brew? How you doing, Taryn? Wow, that's like one of the first times I saw the Paranormal Brew come up in comments on my live feed. I feel honored. um, and Paranormal Brew is a cool show. You can go check that out. She's got a YouTube channel. She's got a Facebook. Go check out her shows. If you're into the paranormal, you'll like her show most definitely. Love you too, Taryn. Um, but I don't even remember what I was saying before that. TikTok, I think. But I will scroll through it because sometimes there is some funny stuff, some interesting stuff here and there. I mean, a lot of it is either just stupid. I see the stupidest things on there. Like people will do live feeds on TikTok and pretend to be a non-playing character, an NPC, where they just say the same 3 or 4 phrases over and over and over. And people watch this, and people give them the little flower things or whatever they are on TikTok. It's like, is this like the dumbing down of us as a people, that this is entertainment? Just seeing somebody act the same way and say the same things over and over and over and over on a live feed. I don't get it. I don't get that. Now, putting up the funny stuff is good. Putting up the interesting educational stuff is good. There's a lot of political stuff on there, as there is in every bit of social media, and I just kind of steer away from the political stuff. I don't care who supports who. I don't care who you'd rather be in this position in government and stuff like that. That doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the person themselves. So I don't get involved in any of that. I don't even like talking about it in person with people because, if I'm on one side and they're on the other side and they get all heated and everything, it's just not worth it. Friendships mean too much to be ruined by politics and political theories. Yes, we do. It's been a minute. It has definitely been a minute. But my face hasn't changed. It might have got rounder, bigger. I was just saying, for some reason, this here in my StreamYard, because obviously I'm using StreamYard, This camera seems like it zoomed in more than it normally is, because normally you could see more of the background behind me. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this. I have to see if I can figure it out. No, no, they've moved on to other stupid things, but like that was just like one small portion of that generation that was being stupid. And I don't even think it was. I think it got blown out of proportion in the media. I don't think they were really doing it per se. Um, I don't know. It's all stupid. Yeah, or they're doing the ASMR stuff like like I don't, and people watch this and they're entertained by it. I don't get it. Hey, Benadryl. I remember like at one point, and it wasn't like hazardous to your health really. People were doing the cinnamon challenge, where they take a tablespoon of cinnamon and put it in their mouth, and then without fail, everybody always wound up coughing, big brown cloud. But I mean, it was funny to watch sometimes because you knew it was going to happen, and it was like they didn't know. Wonder if it's that blue meth, you know. Walter White, Heisenberg. That was actually a great show, Breaking Bad. I didn't watch it when it was originally on. It took until just this year. Stephanie and I, when she comes over, we watch things on the computer, and I made her watch Sons of Anarchy. She wasn't all that thrilled with it, some of the characters and everything, but then she had me watch Breaking Bad, and we watched the entire show from beginning to end, and it was actually a decent show. I liked it. And then we watched Better Call Saul, which I was not happy with the ending of Better Call Saul. It kind of sucked. But it was then that I found there was a movie called El Camino, which followed what happened to Jesse after Breaking Bad. So at least we got some closure to that. That was a decent movie. It was a better ending to El Camino than it was to Better Call Saul. I didn't enjoy that at all. Like the last show, like when they ended it, we just looked at each other like, what? I don't know. I hate when they end shows like that. Just like The Sopranos, when they ended that, everybody collectively thought their cable went out, and then all of a sudden the credits rolling. You never knew what happened to Tony. It was up to you to decide what happened to Tony. And I didn't like that. If I'm watching a show, I don't want to have to make up the show in my head. I want to see what happened. There's a lot of shows that ended badly. I just had one in my head. True Blood. That ended stupidly. They're just in a field having lunch, on a big table and stuff like that. I didn't like that either. But I didn't want to see that one end. They could have kept True Blood going, and it would have been fine with me. But I guess it was getting a little tired after a while. And then there's shows like Shameless, where the end was like, it was weird, but it was cool. You saw Frank after he died, and he's flying around on a stool with a beer in his hand. And so that was different. We have to find a new show to watch, though, because we are now officially out of shows. Last night when she was here, we just sat here and we did like music trivia. It was like kind of formatted after Jeopardy, but it was just a video, and they would play the song, and then you had to guess. And you could keep points if you wanted to or not or whatever. But that sufficed for last night. But we got to find a new show to start watching. But anyway, let's see here. I've been on for just about an hour. In about 10 seconds, it'll be an hour. Mainly wanted to come on here just to touch base with everybody, see how everybody's doing, let you know there'll be a new video coming out. So keep an eye out for that tomorrow. And as I told you, you all got the sneak peek of information to know that it was about the Dunks Ferry on the shores of the Delaware River over at Neshaminy. Yeah, I didn't really watch them on TV. Yeah, I mean, I watched True Blood when it was on TV. I watched Sons of Anarchy when it was on TV. Which it's painstaking to do that because then you're limited to their schedule. Once a week you get this show, and then you have to wait till the next week. But if you wait till the show's completely done and then you just watch it online, you can binge watch as much as you want, which is why I like doing that. And I've watched quite a few series over and over again. I've seen True Blood a few times. I've seen Sons of Anarchy. I don't even know how many times from beginning to end. I've watched Shameless quite a few times from beginning to end. The Sopranos, I'm currently watching it again. I don't mind rewatching shows. Hey, Lori. Yeah, I don't mind popping in for a visit here and there. It's fun. I get to talk to everybody. Everybody's always super cool. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap this up here so that I can go down and clean up dinner. It wasn't really that bad. I made pizza, so me and Dad had pizza. It was good too. DiGiorno's. I think it's like I haven't had DiGiorno's too many times, but it was pretty good. But I guess so. Yeah, just keep an eye out for the video tomorrow, and yeah, if you want to support the channel, like I always say, you can either share videos, share the channel out itself. Right now, down here, there's a little button that says like thanks or whatever, or super chat or super stickers or what. I think it's super stickers or super chat, and it's got like a little dollar sign. While I'm still going here, if you wanted to donate any money, you can do it that way. You can always go to my merch shop and buy some of my merch. The link is down in the description down there. You can check it out. I got 3 different designs: hats, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, all kinds of things. Or just continue to watch. Just merely your views are our support as well, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everything that everybody has done. As I always say, you guys are awesome. And always great chatting with you, man. You too, Morpheus. So yeah, I guess I'll talk to you all later. Have a good night. Make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.